Okay, so went over that in part one. This is part two. So over here, these had doors, but I ripped them off. Literally, I ripped them off and was carrying them downstairs. I carried one downstairs before my meta caught me and was like, "Please let me help you." So, yeah, that was one of the first things I did. Here is a mask that my grandmother had. I love it, so I put this up here. I do feel like this is worth mentioning. I'm a sentimental sap, so when she moved into her like assisted living place, she had to downsize from a whole apartment over time all the way down to like having a closet that's like 3 feet wide. She's paralyzed, so she couldn't use this stuff even if she wanted to, but it makes her so happy that I have it, and I'll send pictures to her of like how I've decorated with it, and she always gets so excited. Her memory is terrible, so every time I tell her, it's like telling her for the first time or showing her pictures. So all of this was hers. The fans and everything she collected. Down here we've got this lamp. I got this. It was black. It was a couple bucks. Second of almost everything I own is secondhand, or was like gifted in some way. But I thought these were super cute. The little tassels I got, and I just had them like laying around, and I spray painted this. It's not the best job. It was definitely the end of the bottle, but it's cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I'll end up doing with it. But I like that it moves around, and it actually has a clip, so it's meant for like a headboard, but it also had this like hole for a screw, so I just screwed it in. We have a like cloth that I use for my glasses sometimes. I got it, actually I'll show it. It's a crystal grid actually that I got from this box that my mom had like, I don't know, bought a subscription, I guess, for this box, and I got a new one every month, and it had cool stuff in it, and it was while I was pregnant. I do want to mention I was pregnant through COVID and had my child in the middle of COVID, so it was really nice at that time to get little gifts like that, so I couldn't really go out shopping, and it was a lot of self-care stuff. There's another one my partner painted for me. Again, this one glows in the dark. It's so cool. This is a random little thing I got secondhand, and I don't know, it just felt like it belonged here, so I put it here. This is the only one that I have actually finished with the little dots on it. I was having a rough one and got that, and it definitely brought some joy. So down here is I originally it's a box that I like slightly decorated and just drilled into the wall. It did have all my crystals in it, but they were heavy, so it's kind of making it sag, because it's a box and not a shelf. But I put my essential oil diffuser there, and that changes colors. It does like the whole color wheel thing, or you can pick a certain color. And these little baskets were gifted to me, and they fit like a poop bag as the bag perfectly. I don't tie it off and throw it away. Usually I just empty it out and leave the bag in, but if something nasty happens, then I will obviously take the bag out and switch it out. But I don't like wasting poop bags, so we do that. And that's really it for this little area. We've got my block charger, because the closest outlet is over here, and so behind that I have two of the strip thingies that lay flat. I've got one that comes down here for my electric blanket, and then the other one was really long, which is perfect, and I use that. All our little chargers, they're chargers for random things. That plugs in. I keep my phone charger in there. Right now this is heating, this charging, goodness, my portable heating pad. So you can see it's not quite done yet. It's got one more little thing to go before it's fully charged. So then I decided to put bags up here because I was tired of our cats laying on them and getting fur all over them. So I hung them up instead of keeping them in like a bin that I have in the bottom of the closet. So those are fun. I did not make those, but I did make that one. I like tied the straps in a little knot because it's heavy. It's got like 3 huge sections plus all the pockets. And then I made this one as well. It's a lighter one. And then I made these curtains. Step on my bed so you can see. I made these out of just like fabrics that I had laying around. This, I added the same trim to this so it's like a little cohesive. And then on the backs of these I have more just like scraps, and they're very different, so I can, if I choose to switch it over, I have that, and they're completely sealed so I can throw these in the wash, which is really nice. Here is my closet, not fancy at all, but here's my blankets and pillows and all that. I'm doing laundry, so it's mostly out. I do have to have these hangers, the like velvety kind, just as a textural thing. It is much easier for me. My little ring light. And here, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there's a little black desk thing that you can like put over you while you're in bed. This my grandmother made, and I absolutely love it. This I got in one of those boxes. I think it's called a goddess box or something. And I have a duck that is really cute. I got it from the beach recently. It's a duck around, and I love that. Duck around and find out is what it says. And I actually sell at a shop in Kill Devil Hill, so it's nice to have a little thingy of that. These are broken mirrors. This one right here is whole. Hello. This one is whole, but these are broken. They were like outside when we got our house, and I was like, what we should do with those is do this, because I did this when I was a teenager at another place I lived, and it was so cool, and I'm so excited that I got to create it again, but bigger. These are little shadow boxes that I've had for a very, very, very long time. They've been painted multiple times, different colors to fit different areas. But here's where I keep all my minis. My mom knew that there's a little in our system that absolutely loves minis. So she just keeps buying them for us, which is really great because it's not something that we would buy for ourselves. This coffin I've had for a very long time, and I still haven't painted it. I don't know why. I just kind of like it plain the way it is, and I stick different dead things in it and like switch them out periodically. Some more minis. It's so cute. I had this like little mini house for a while that I had built, and I made this out of hot glue and yarn and sticks from outside, and put little like beads on the bottom, which I thought was cute. And I have a little rake from this like Winnie the Pooh Zen garden thingy. And I have the Winnie the Pooh right there. Yeah. And then this container, my Meta painted for me, and it's perfect here. So cute. And then, of course, I have a squishy, which I have many more, but that's just one that lives there. And this is a handkerchief, of course, from my grandmother. And I found this little wooden thing, and I decided it would be fun to just throw up somewhere. So I did that. And then we've got paper, because this is our compliments thing. And so we have like strips of paper where you can write different compliments or affirmations that you can say at the mirror. Thought that was fun. These are just little fun things from my grandmother. I like them a lot. An outlet cover that I still need to do something with. We've got more bags behind it. Oh, I guess I should talk about that too. So up here, these are actually like Mod Podge adhered to the wall. I really love the idea of layered art. So I like to put things on the wall and then just let other things build on top. So that's what those are. And here's our Little's corner. But it's just more closet space there, little space. We've got some stuffies that some are from childhood, but most of them are stuffies that people have gifted our little, which is so cute. Got some daisies back there, gifted. She painted this with help, but I thought it was so cute. And then she's got her own little journal and some coloring pages in there. Some boxes. This is for a different little, so he has his own box and then she has her own box. She's even got her own band-aids. Like she's got a whole situation here. Again, things that were gifted to her, little unicorn stuff, unicorn, just like all kinds of stuff over there. And our big fan that we have to sleep with. I added these a long time ago and probably need to be changed out. I need to take it apart and wash it really good, but here's it now. It has different settings and you can set how long you want it to go, and it is adjustable, so you can move it up or move it down. And this this bottle right here, I like to put food in it for my pig and it gives her something to do. So that's that. And you won't really be able to see, but that's all my shoes. It's a wine rack that we got secondhand like 10 years ago. And we just put our shoes on it now because we don't own that many shoes. Alright, and then we'll go up. Another floating stick. We just found it outside and really liked it. The plant wrapped around it is just some ivy I found. At one of the places we lived, I planted it, and I've just kind of kept it from house to house. It's survived somehow. It's just some pine cones. My toddler likes to find pine cones, so I just put a string on them and hang them up there. These were my grandmother's rosaries, very important to me, even though I'm not a Christian at all, but those are nice because they were hers. And then hanging from the ceiling, I have turtle shells. These were found at a place that I lived previously, and they're super cool. So, of course, I just tied them to the ceiling because why wouldn't you? I also had a laptop, and it was so old. I use things till they literally die on me, and that happened with this laptop. And I was showing my dad. My dad's in IT, and I was showing my dad it and telling him my problems, and he was like, there's literally nothing I can do. It's so old that it like wouldn't support any of the apps or anything anymore, or even like Word. Like we emptied it of everything, switched things over, just was not happening. And he said I could only get like $20 maybe out of it. And I was like, well, I have more stickers on it. The stickers on it costed more than that. So I just ripped it apart. And here is the frame of it with some flowers. We have two bushes out front, and I just took these and dried them. And here's my raccoon foot. I love this guy. I just like chopped it off. I chopped it off. All my animal parts are either gifted or roadkill that I've processed or just like found dead in some way. And then I have this little witchy sign that I've had for a very long time. I actually think I made it. I think I made that thing. And the lights that are on this one were gifted to me. My brother-in-law got married, and there were like these cool little things that you were waving around as they were walking out. and they had these string lights, and I got to keep them. So I just strung them up there. I don't keep the lights on all the time, just when it's dark and cozy. But yeah, so that's part 2, wall 2. 2 more to go.